What's up everybody, it's Sean here and I'm back today to give you a review of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles collaboration with Adidas on the Adidas Superstar and the Shelltoe colorway. Today's video is sponsored by Capsule. Capsule is a brand new product on the market which aims to preserve your sneakers and extend their lives by up to 2 times. So the secret behind Capsule is scientifically backed, and it targets the 2 main reasons why your sneakers age, deteriorate, and crumble over time, which is hydrolysis and oxidization. So it's a very simple process. You zip up your shoes inside one of their airtight pods, which blocks out the harmful UV rays. And then you take their specially formulated cartridge, which not only pushes out the bad air containing the dirt and the oxygen, but it injects that preservative, which is the key to really extending the life of your sneakers. So these are more suitable for shoes that you wear sparingly, maybe a couple times a year, maybe one of those grail type sneakers that you have in your collection, but most of the time they're just sitting in a box in your shelves. So I've linked their website, their social media, all that good stuff down below, so check them out, do your own research, and be sure to tell them that I sent you. So this right here is the recent release collaboration between Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Adidas. Drawing inspiration from the Adidas Superstar's nickname, which is Shelltoe, it ties it in with the turtles' design, incorporating a ton of little Easter eggs and elements, which makes this a very special release. So these released here in Canada on March 27th, and they retailed for a price of $130 US or $170 here in Canada. And the official colorway for this shoe is Craft Green, Pantone, and Shadow Green. So I grew up a huge fan of TMNT, but I got into it during the late 1980s, early 90s cartoon series, which featured the colored bandanas. This collaboration though, pays homage to the original 1984 design in which all 4 brothers wore a red bandana. So it wasn't just Raphael that wore red. That original Mirage Studios comic book series was extremely dark and gritty. So I guess in that sense, having them all have red bandanas gave it more of that noir, dark sort of vibe, or at least that's what I assume Eastman and Laird were going for. So here's a quick look at the packaging. So this actually does not come in a normal shoebox. It comes packaged in this blister pack, which I guess pays homage to classic action figures. So the artwork on the cardboard in the back features classic TMNT comic book art, and then the shoes sit on top of it and they're contained inside this plastic case. And then on the back side, we have that classic image of the 4 brothers. We have Adidas and TMNT co-branding, along with your classic Adidas size label stuck on the very top. And you can actually rip open the cardboard backing, and inside there's a special edition version of TMNT number 1, which features Adidas branding on the cover as well. So diving into the details of the shoe, as we start things off with the toe box, just like any other Adidas Superstar, we have this rubberized toe, but for this special release, it features this turtle shell pattern to it, which I thought was really genius. Covering the remainder of the upper of the shoe, we have this very soft and very tumbled olive green colored leather, which feels like a flat suede to the touch. So this green leather covers the eyelets of the sneaker, and then covering the mid panel on both sides, we have the Adidas 3 stripes. This is done in this synthetic red leather with this dark grayish green suede underneath. We have these 2 rows of perforations in between, along with the word Shelltoe pressed onto the lateral side in gold. Moving downwards, we have more of that very tumbled green leather, and then on the top of the heel, we have that grayish green colored suede. We have Adidas branding pressed onto the top, and it's done in this comic book style, so we have this black colored outline, and even the font itself mimics the font from the cover of TMNT number 1. And then we have another strip of green leather running down the center of the heel. In terms of laces, so this pair comes with 3 different lace options. The standard lace that they come with is a flat style lace done in the sail color. We have TMNT branding on the lace tips, and then attached to the laces, we have this lace doubre or lace jewel featuring the iconic bandana in red. In addition to this, they also come with a couple other red bandana doubres, so you technically can have all 4 brothers on your laces. And in addition, we also have the initials of the 4 brothers, which I thought was kind of interesting because those initials on the belts weren't actually introduced until the 1987 cartoon. So in that sense, they're kind of mixing the cartoon with the original comic. In terms of extra laces, they also come with a red colored flat lace along with a very dark green colored lace as well. Beneath this, underneath the laces, we have this tongue, which is constructed out of that same very tumbled leather that the majority of the upper of the shoe is crafted out of. On the very top, pressed into the tongue, we have this classic Adidas branding on the left foot, but on the right foot, we have the Ninja Turtle shell. And then on the back of the tongue, we have the words Ninja Power embroidered in red. Correct me if I'm wrong, I always thought it was turtle power. I don't think I've actually heard them say ninja power before, but for anyone that knows better, leave your comments down below. Correct me if I am wrong. Covering the interior of the shoe on the back half, we have this dark green colored liner. And something I was surprised by is that the interior of the front half of the shoe, this is actually covered in line in a printed textile, which features a custom pizza graphic. So the same graphic is found on the insoles as well. And we have this tag stitched onto the heel with Adidas branding on the left foot and TMNT branding on the right foot. And one thing a lot of people don't know is you can actually flip the insoles to the other side, and they feature a different design here. This one is taken from the cover of TMNT number 1. And if that wasn't enough, if you actually remove the insoles, printed onto the foam lasting board is a graphic of a manhole or a sewer cover, which is one of those things that are totally unnecessary, but it shows you the level of attention and care that went into this collaboration. So the upper of the shoe sits atop this solid rubber cupsole, which is heavily textured and it's painted in this sail color. And then turning the shoe over to the bottom, here we have your classic Superstar outsole, and we have this wavy style traction pattern that runs from heel to toe. So that breaks down the look and the construction of this pair. And for those wondering about how these fit, overall these do run true to size, so whatever your actual foot measures as, I'd get that same size for this pair. My foot measures as a true size 10, slightly on the wider side. I got these in a size 10. They fit me really, really well. They're not too narrow, not too long, and honestly, they fit great. But in terms of the comfort of this shoe, I've never really been a huge fan of the Superstar in general. I've always found them to be pretty uncomfortable. They feel very flat, pretty firm underfoot, and there's pretty much no cushioning that you can feel. But it comes down to personal preference. I know the Adidas Superstar is extremely popular, so for a lot of people, they must find it to be decently comfortable or at least passable. So if you don't mind more of a firm feeling sneaker underfoot that has pretty minimal cushioning, then this shoe will be fine for an everyday use sneaker, but it's just one that I find to be more on the uncomfortable side. Finally, in terms of the quality and craftsmanship, so first off, the material quality I thought was very, very solid. This green leather that they use on the upper, it feels extremely soft, and you can tell that it is a genuine leather. However, the red stripes on the side, this unfortunately was synthetic leather, but I have to say for the price point that you're paying, the materials are not bad whatsoever. And in terms of the build and the craftsmanship, my only minor issue was there were some issues with the stitching that connects the upper to the midsole. Aside from that though, I thought the panels were cut consistently. There weren't any glue stains on my shoe. So I can only imagine that for most people, your pairs should probably be pretty well built. So again, going back to the price point aspect, I think you get a decent quality shoe for an extremely fair price point. So with all that out of the way now, let me toss these on feet, I'll lace them up for you, and I'll show you guys how these look. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm not a huge fan of the Adidas Superstar. I know it's a classic silhouette, but there's just something about it, maybe it's the comfort or lack thereof, but I've just never been a huge fan of this model. However, this collaboration I thought was really, really dope. For selfish reasons, I would have preferred maybe if these stripes could have been changed with different colors. That's just because I grew up with the Turtles having their distinct colored bandanas. So I can only imagine a true Leonardo version with blue stripes. That I would totally be on board with. But for what we got, I think this is a pretty dope collaboration. It just comes down to personal preference on how you feel about the Superstar silhouette and how you feel about the red bandana being the only option instead of the more well-known 4 colors. So leave a comment down below. Let me know, what do you guys think about this collaboration? For anyone watching, did you also pick these up for yourself? Did you pass on these? Leave your thoughts down below and let's talk about it. And as usual, if you guys enjoyed this review, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. You can follow me on Instagram at esco8, check me out on X or Twitter at sean.go spelled out, and visit my website at seango.ca. So thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoy this review, and I'll catch you guys all in the next one.